skydiving. Hope comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. It is the 26th, Tuesday the 26th. So I was getting ready to do all this, and I should probably put on my headphones, huh? How unprepared today. Look at that. It's my cat's fault, though. I tell you that. All right. Yeah, I get my cats decided this morning that you guys were going to get a behind scenes look at trudging together. So there it is. That's all the crap I have behind my green screen. So there's a drum set and stuff, a couple guitars back there. Yeah, look who's up. Good morning, Brenda. We got Chris. Thank God for recovery. It's good to see you, Chris. I'm glad you're doing well, man. Yeah, I mean, if you're here, please say hello. It lets me know that you're here. And then I get to click on you, things like that. It does help with my numbers. When Facebook sees that you're seeing a little bit more, things like that, then they tend to put it out a little bit more. So, and the whole point is to help that one person. But if we can help more than one person, then I'm certainly willing to do that, right? So you guys hear me talk about freedom all the time, how I'm a free man. So we're going to expound on that a little bit today. All right. So how did I become a free man? All right. Well, first, it took a lot of hard work. Okay. I had to be very open-minded. I had to be very willing to take a look at what was probably going on with me. I had just posted something in the group, and I'm going to reread it. You don't just treat addiction. You end up treating anxiety, depression, PTSD, loneliness, rage, despair, toxic secrets, regret, undiagnosed head trauma, untreated ADHD. Then you realize addiction is often someone's best attempt to cope when they don't see other options. And I really like that. It explains it for us and gives us an idea. All right. So, first off, alcohol is a depressant. Okay. Sorry. Alcohol is a depressant. It is 90% sugar, and it is horrible for you. Even if you're not an alcoholic, it's horrible. It's not really that good for you. All right. As I drink my coffee. Right. So the thing is, I'll give you guys a great example of this. When I was a year sober, and this is not like this is a secret, you guys know this, I had a PTSD came into my life very quickly and unexpectedly while in the grocery store. And I was very lost. I don't like going back there and thinking of that, because I'm the kind of person where I usually know what's going on around me. I have a lot of wherewithal. That comes from growing up, surviving. But so I found out that I had other things that I needed to deal with. Okay. And I had to work through those things to get through my recovery. Okay. And this was after the 12 steps. I had done the steps very, very thoroughly. I'll show you we'll flip through my 4-step one day. All right. Quick enough to where you can't see if your name's on it. None of you guys are on it. Don't worry. And yes, I keep my 4-step around because I need to be reminded on how to rewrite that. My wife isn't going to touch it. So she wouldn't find out anything new anyway. Right. So freedom. What really is freedom? Well, it's freedom from being stuck in this fucking head all the time, right? Don't you? I've got some time under my belt, but gosh, I still drive myself crazy with my thinking and what I think should be the right thing, right? I'm learning right now, and this is big this week, so I'm going to bring it up. Right now, I think it is more important that I stay in my lane. It is more important than ever that I stay in my lane and do what it is that I'm supposed to be doing. Because there have been a lot of things that have come to distract me from doing this, and I'm not going to do it. It's just not going to happen. I almost feel like alcohol is trying to drag me back to another place, or my brain is, right? Well, those people are going to do what they're going to do. I have no control over what happens or what happened. I don't. So there's that fine line there, right? At the same time, I want to make sure that I'm available to anybody that comes to me about anything. I've already had, 3 questions today. 2 of them didn't even have anything to do with recovery. Hey, do you know a good HVAC guy? I do. So I shouldn't have said that online. Shit. You cannot have my HVAC guy. Sorry. I think I even like myself. Look at this shit. Awesome, Chris. Way to say it, man. That's what we're talking about. Thank you, Chris. That's why we need old timers in the program to remind us of things like this, that we need to learn how to like ourselves and love ourselves. And that really is true freedom, isn't it? Looking in the mirror and saying, wow, you're kind of a cool dude. I don't mind looking at myself in the mirror. I stare at myself all day long on here. But let's get to the daily reflection. I think that's enough pre-talk on it. January 26th, just making sure I'm doing it. Personal freedom is mine for the taking. It is. All you have to do is take it. No matter how close to the ties of love and concern that bind me to my family and friends. Okay. Now, again, here you guys know that, even during the holidays, I was going through some things with my family, right? And what I do, I put down some boundaries for myself. Healthy boundaries, okay? But it took me 5 years to figure it out, okay? It took me 5 years, so you still got to try. I must always remember that I am an individual free to be myself and live my own life in serenity and joy. Absolutely, okay? You are not terminally unique, but you are unique, okay? This is what I love about the program. This is what I absolutely love. Whatever your passion is, you can find it in recovery, okay? And I know this because a lot of people come to me. They're like, Dion, I'm looking for my passion. What should I do? I'm like, well, let's take a look at this, man. What do you like to do? Well, I can tell you, I can find a place in recovery for it. Okay? That is the unending bounds of freedom, man. That is not one of the culprits, though. She was probably chasing them. The key word in this realization is personal, okay? It is, and it should be personal, because I believe that is between you and God, right? That relationship, that excited, that healthiness, being rocketed into the 4th dimension is what we're talking about, okay? Through the program, learning to develop my own personality. Am I reinforcing personal freedom by leaving others free to control their actions and destinies? And are you doing that so you can free yourself up to become who you're supposed to be? You remember all the times when you heard, I heard this a lot. I heard this a lot. Dion, you're not Dion, okay? I love Dion, but you're not him. And they said they were going to wait for me until I was that person again. That was my wife. Good morning, Millie. It's good to see you, honey. I'm glad you're doing well. what my wife did for me. Very patient woman. Now you can see why my heart is so full of love for my wife. And when it comes down to it, really, I chased her. I fell in love first. So I fell in love with her first, but she loves me more. So that way we both win, I guess. I don't know. But she doesn't love me more. I'm never going to win that fight. There is a solution on page 25. Almost none of us like the self-searching, the leveling of pride, the confession of shortcomings, which is process requires for a successful consummation. I'm going to tell you something. When I came back into the program, I tackled that with everything that I fucking had. Okay? I loved doing this. Probably because I'm sick in the freaking head. No, it is because I knew what I was going to get out of the program. It's because I knew what I was going to get. So this right here, no problem. Okay? I finally came down to the fact of this. If the problem is me, fan-fucking-tastic, I can change that. That now makes me excited. Because I'm free. Okay? I can come on here and share my opinion and do what it is I need to do without anybody pushing back on me because I am a free man. I answer to God. Okay? And my wife, the goddess. All right? This is the thing. You got to think about it. Okay? Like right now, my sponsee, his wife is having a hard time today. And he's like, well, we can try and fit it in. I'm like, you know what? You know what? His sobriety is just fine. My sobriety is just fine. You go take care of your wife. I said, your wife is more important than you or me right now. You go take care of her. And I guarantee, because he's newer in the program, you know, no, you go take care of your wife. I can wait. Okay? You can wait another day. Okay? Part of us becoming different people, because he's learning to become a different man. He's learning to become a man, honestly. I wasn't a man. I don't consider myself becoming a man until about 2-3 years ago. Okay, but we saw that it really worked in others. Okay, so that makes us want it, right? And we had come to believe in the hopelessness and futility of life as we had been living it. Okay, so the life we were currently living didn't have much weight. It didn't have really anything to it, huh? In fact, it was so delicate that if you would have blown on it, it would have just all gone away. When therefore we were approached by those whom the problem had been solved, there was nothing left for us to pick up the spit. I always do this. I always say the spit of spiritual. So is to pick up this simple kit of spiritual tools laid at our feet. We have found much of heaven, and we've been rocketed into the fourth dimension of existence, which we had not even dreamed. Okay? So what is the fourth dimension? It's recovery, guys. It's a spiritual experience. It's realizing that God is doing for you what you could not do for yourself. Number one, getting rid of the alcohol. But it's going to be a lot more than that. I can tell you that. Okay? And alcohol is a teeny, okay, out of my drinking and all my, let's say this is 100% of my disease. Okay, so this includes alcohol and PTSD and depression and blood and all the things I do, right? So this is 100%. This part would be the alcohol. Okay, that little of it. I'd say maybe 7% out of 100%. The great fact is just this and nothing less, that we've had deep and effective spiritual experiences which have revolutionized our whole attitude towards life, towards our fellows, and towards God's universe. The central fact of our lives today is the absolute certainty that our Creator has entered into our hearts and lives in a way which is indeed miraculous. He has commenced to accomplish things for us which we could never do by ourselves. And how do we do that? Real simple. Very, very simple. be nice to God's children. Don't be a dick. Be nice to yourself. Be nice to other people. That's where it starts, man. Can't start anywhere else, right? May I find personal freedom, and I want you to find personal freedom. Okay? I want you to find that. Why? Because once you find that, then you can pass it on to somebody else, and then I get to watch another person find out who they are. Okay? Yeah, watching somebody get sober is great, but watching them recover from trauma, that's fantastic. May I find personal freedom by reevaluating associations, establishing new priorities, gaining respect for my own personhood. May I give others equal room to find their own kinds of personal freedoms. Shall remember, take the liberty. It is yours. It is. God gave you the gift of freedom, and you can take it whenever you want. It's just a matter of, are you is your will aligned with God's? You know, good way to do it is do steps 1, 2, and 3, then take your freedom for the day. All right. So my freedom really comes with the fact that I'm available for other people. So if you don't like helping other people, it's not going to feel like much of a freedom, is it? Okay, but I've never met somebody in this program that said, I hate watching people change. I've never heard it. Never heard it. Unless they were still drinking and being a douchebag. All right. But somebody serious in the program, never heard it. So, all right, guys, that's going to be it for today. I'll be back for the daily reflection tomorrow. Thanks for being here and exploring the behind the scenes of trudging together. Half that crap ain't even mine. All right, except the Star Wars stuff. My mommy bought me that. So, all right, guys, I love you. See you tomorrow. Peace out and have a day.